So you're thinking about moving to the Harrisburg, Central Pennsylvania area, but you're not exactly sure what city you want to move to. Well, in this video, we're going to take you on a map tour around the whole Harrisburg area, and we're going to get real with it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in the Central Pennsylvania area, click subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to know about the current market right here in Central PA. My name is Aaron. Josh, the team, and I, we get calls every day from people just like you looking to make their move to the Central PA area. So whether you're moving now or in 6 months from now, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'll be happy to connect with you and help you make a smooth move to the area. All right, like I said earlier in the video, we're gonna give you a map tour of the Harrisburg, Central Pennsylvania area. We're gonna show you where things are, major cities, major routes, airports. I'm gonna hop over the computer. Let's get started. All right, welcome back. We're gonna start off with the entire state of Pennsylvania, but first I'm gonna show you exactly where the Harrisburg Central PA area is located. Now, Harrisburg is the state capital of Pennsylvania, and it's located right here. That's the city of Harrisburg. The greater Harrisburg area, or what we like to call Central Pennsylvania, is located roughly in about this area right here. So, it'll incorporate places like Lancaster, Gettysburg, Shippensburg, East and West Shore, Harrisburg, and a little farther north, Perry County. So that's what we're talking about when we say the Harrisburg area or Central Pennsylvania. Now, as you see, it's not exactly located in the center, but it is central. Technically, it's more south central, but if you're from around here, we just call it Central PA. All right, let's start off first with major cities. So Harrisburg, it's the capital, but it's not the biggest city in the state. It's, I believe, ranked number 8 or 9 based on size. But if you include the whole entire metro area, which is roughly in this area, you're looking at about 550,000 people. And then we rank about 3rd or 4th in the state. You're going to be more familiar with the 2 largest cities in PA, and that's going to be Philadelphia to the east, right next to New Jersey, and Pittsburgh to the west, right next to Ohio. Now, to connect both of those cities, as well as Harrisburg, there's a major route in Interstate 76. It's also called the Pennsylvania Turnpike. It starts off over here in Ohio, goes through Pittsburgh, straight across Pennsylvania, through Harrisburg, and on to Philadelphia and New Jersey. There is also a parallel interstate north Pennsylvania, and that's I-80. That'll take you across from Ohio, right there at State College, Penn State, and then through to New York City. So that's a major routes going from east to west, west to east. All right, so if you're traveling to Philadelphia from Harrisburg, let's say you want to go down there for the weekend, a lot of stuff to do in Philadelphia. I mean, that's where the Declaration of Independence was signed, Liberty Bell. So whether you're going there for work or just to get away, you're looking at about a 2-hour drive. A 2-hour drive from Harrisburg to Philadelphia. 1 hour and 47 minutes. Now that's going to depend on traffic. You will probably have smooth sailing from Harrisburg straight through on 76 until you hit King of Prussia, which is right here. Then you're going to connect to the Schuylkill Expressway. You see all this red right here? Now that might add an additional half an hour to an hour worth of traffic. It's also going to be worse in the summer because this is a major thoroughfare to get to the New Jersey beaches. Places like Atlantic City, Ocean City, Stone Harbor, Wildwood, and Cape May. So keep that in mind if you're traveling during the summer. Let's flip over to the other side of the state. And it's a little bit longer travel to Pittsburgh because, again, Harrisburg's not in the central, it's not in the middle of the state. So here you're looking at about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, maybe 3 hours and 20 minutes. Again, it's a straight shot at 76, the opposite way. Yeah, 3 hours and 16 minutes right there. All right, so that's the two major cities in Pennsylvania. Another city that's fairly close is going to be the Big Apple. New York City. So I believe that trip is about 3 hours. I used to make that a lot. My wife has family in New York. So yeah, 3 hours and 1 minute. Now, of course, we all know that with New York traffic, in the tunnels and the bridges, that might be a little longer than 3 hours. But that's basically the gist of it. Just like 76, there is an interstate up here, which is 78, that attaches to 81, and that's basically a straight shot right into New York. All right, now the closest city to Harrisburg is going to be Baltimore, Maryland. There you're only looking at let me see here, about an hour and 20 minutes, I believe. Yeah, there it was. Hour and 16 minutes. And that is also a straight shot, just like Philadelphia in Pittsburgh. So it's really easy to get to places from the Harrisburg area. 83 South, that starts right here in the Harrisburg area. And it's an offshoot of 81, which is another major highway. That'll go straight south around York into Maryland and directly into downtown Baltimore. A lot of things to do in Baltimore. Inner Harbor, the Baltimore Aquarium. You got the Orioles, very nice park down there. So a lot of things to do in Baltimore, just to get away for a weekend or even a day trip. Now, about a half an hour from there, we have the nation's capital, Washington. Straight shot into there. There's other ways to get there as well. You can come down 83, or you can take US 15. That's probably a quicker way from the Harrisburg area. So let's stay, since we're talking about travel, let me touch base on some major airports. So if you're moving to the Harrisburg area and you want a direct flight, to basically anywhere in the world, most of us will go to BWI because that's the closest major international airport. And that's located right outside Baltimore. BWI stands for Baltimore Washington International Airport. So you're looking at about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. Also, you have Dulles down here in Washington, and of course, Philadelphia International Airport. Now, we do have an airport closer to Harrisburg. It's the Harrisburg International Airport, which is only a 15-minute drive from downtown Harrisburg. And it's located right here. See, downtown is here. Harrisburg International Airport is Middletown area. So not too long to get there. If you don't mind, multiple, connecting flights, then that's a good option for you. They also have direct flights, though. I usually take them to go to Florida. 2-hour trip, direct flight with Allegiant, and it costs me under $200 every time I fly. So you can get some good deals there. All right, so that takes care of the major cities around the state. Gives you a perspective on the airports. So actually, let's zero in right on the meat and potatoes of this video, and that's the Harrisburg area. So one of the major interstates besides 76 and 83 is going to be Interstate 81. That one starts up here in New York, close to Canada, and goes the whole way down to, I believe, North Carolina. And it goes right through the Harrisburg area. Here's 81, and then through Carlisle, and then south to Maryland. All right, so major routes. So you have 81 here. You also have 83, which I talked about earlier. This would be considered the Harrisburg Beltway. It's just a loop right around the city, the west shore, the east shore. That's 81 right there. That connects to 581. That connects back to 83. And then back to 81. This is where 83 begins. So it's a loop around there called the Harrisburg Beltway. All right, some other major routes. 322, that'll take you from Harrisburg to Hershey and beyond. 11 and 15 starts up in New York, goes right through here, and then it splits right in Camp Hill here. That'll head out to Carlisle, whereas 11 heads out to Carlisle, and then 15 will go south into Maryland. Take you past Gettysburg. So the greater Harrisburg area is going to consist of about 5 different counties. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you have the Harrisburg City right here. This is going to be all Dauphin County. We'll get to that here shortly. You also have Lebanon County a little past Dauphin to the east. You have Lancaster County to the southeast. You have York on this side of the river, on the west side of the river. York County is pretty large, goes down to the Maryland border. Then you have Franklin and Adams County to the west. Cumberland County, right next to Dauphin County and Perry County. So that's going to be the west shore. And then you'll have the Perry County to the north. So I'm going to zero in first on Dauphin County. All right, there's a look at Dauphin County. All right, so you have, again, the Harrisburg City, which is roughly this area right here. Now we do have a very good video. It's a vlog video on the city of Harrisburg. So if you're looking to move to the city, we talk about the downtown area, Shipoke, Midtown, and of course Uptown. So you might want to check that out. So there's the city of Harrisburg. This is the greater Harrisburg area right here. This is all going to have a Harrisburg address, but going to be different townships. Right there. I never got an A on drawing, by the way. And then along the river here, you have Steelton, High Spire, and then Middletown, where I showed you earlier where the Harrisburg International Airport is. In between Harrisburg and Hershey is going to be Hummelstown. And then off to the east here, you're going to have the city of Hershey, which you should be familiar with. It's called the sweetest place on earth. That's where the Hershey candy bar came from, the Hershey Kiss. So that's Hershey. You got Hershey Park. You know, we covered that in another video you might want to check out as well. It's the top suburbs of the Harrisburg area. So we go over Hershey, Hummelstown, Mechanicsburg, Camp Hill. So that's basically your suburban city part of Dauphin County. If you notice here, it's only about 40% of the entire county is either city or suburbs. The rest of the county is all rural. So if you're looking for some peace and quiet, you might want some land, some acreage, or like I said, just peace and quiet. 60% of this county is going to be rural, and it's going to be very close to the city. So if you're working in the city, you're working in the surrounding cities, right about here, it's about the 20-minute to half an hour drive to the downtown. When you get further out here, you're looking at 40 minutes, 50 minutes drive time. But like I said, in this area right here, Halifax and everything, not too bad on drive time. On the other side of the river, here's the Susquehanna River that I refer to. It goes right down into Maryland. Everything on this shore we call the East Shore. Everything over here is the West Shore. So you'll see a lot of businesses named West Shore this or East Shore, East Mall. So that's what we're referring to by East and West Shore. So like I was talking about rural here, Perry County on the other side of the river will also give you some peace and quiet, give you some acreage. Like I said, rural living. And it's basically a big mountain complex right here and right here. So once you get over that mountain or around the mountain, then you're looking at a lot of green. You see on the map there. That's one good thing about Pennsylvania that I love. You have the metropolitan area, small city, suburbs around the area, but look at all that green. That is Pennsylvania. That is trees, and that's peace and quiet. So, all right, let's focus in a little more on Dauphin County in the suburban area. So if you're located anywhere around here, some major routes, some major roads. I'm going to start here in the north. There's one of our company's locations. So we're going to start off right here at Route 39, which is also Lingelstown Road. This is actually getting built up really, really fast. A lot of different communities, a lot of different businesses going in on this road. And you have, urgent care here. You have a giant food store, which is one of the largest food stores, grocery stores in the area and throughout Pennsylvania. You have banks, doctor's offices out throughout here, UPS store, some restaurants. You got Jersey Mike's there. So, Bumblebee Hollow Golf Center. I like to visit that a few times a year to hit some golf balls. So, a lot going out on this road right here. The second road I want to talk about is probably the biggest in the Harrisburg part of the area, and that's going to be right here, Jonestown Road. Jonestown Road connects into Walnut Street. Walnut Street will go right down into downtown Harrisburg. So along this road, you're going to find your big box stores. Right there is a mess of them right there. You got Best Buy, Home Depot, Giant Food Store, Costco, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's. So a lot of stuff going on right there. Of course, tons of restaurants, Advanced Auto Parts, car dealerships when you get out there a little further. And down here closer to the city, one of my favorite Italian restaurants in the area, Gabriella Italian Restaurant. Very good food. I've been going there for years. All right, so let me move off to a little more south. You're going to run into Union Deposit Road. Again, another major road for bigger box stores, restaurants. Burlington Coat Factory here, or just Burlington now. Giant Food, you'll see Giant everywhere. Giant, Wise, and or they're probably in Carnes, are large supermarkets in the area. Here's a Salvation Army, Red Crab, Juicy Seafood. It's a very good restaurant, very unique. They serve you, your choice of seafood in a bag with a sauce. You get to wear a bib, some gloves, and really go at it. Really go at it. So I definitely enjoy that restaurant. So the other road that I want to talk about is right down here. Where's it at? Right there. Paxton Street. So there you're going to have the Harrisburg Mall. It's called the East Mall. Bass Pro Shop. Melting Pot Restaurant. AutoZone. And that'll take you the whole way down here to Cameron Street. Tres Hermanos, very good, authentic Mexican restaurant. I do like that place as well. So a lot of great dining around the area. 22322, I talked about that a little earlier. That's going to take you out to Hershey. Let me go over some traffic. I didn't hit that up yet. Definitely want to know about that, because 322 right here, that usually gets, pretty packed in the evenings. If you're heading out to Hershey. All right, let me go the big picture here. All right, so morning traffic will consist of everybody coming in to the Harrisburg area. So Harvey Taylor Bridge. Here's the 81 bridge. That's going to have some traffic. 83. All the bridges. Market Street. Harvey Taylor. So you see a lot of traffic coming into the city. Same with 83. That's going to be all in your morning commute. Then in the afternoon, same thing, but everything traveling out of the Harrisburg City. This part of 83 usually gets, pretty packed from about 2nd Street onto where it turns north. This section right here has gotten a lot better. We just went through about 4 years of highway widening. Now it's an 8-lane highway in most places, so that's gotten better. 81. During football season, especially on Friday nights, you're going to have a lot of traffic up in this area for 322, and that's because of the Penn State traffic. That's a major route to State College. So Penn State football on Saturdays, you'll see a lot of that on Friday evenings. Everybody going out for the game the next day. All right, so that covers a lot of traffic. It's a major routes around the city. Downtown Harrisburg, has a pretty vibrant nightlife, especially on 2nd Street. You have a ton of restaurants, ton of bars. Stephen McGrady's here. That's a little north. Right here is the majority. Right along 2nd Street. Federal Tap House, McGrath's, Hilton, Harrisburg. Sawyer's, that's an outdoor bar and entertainment. Sometimes they shut down 2nd Street right here and kind of open it up to walk around to all these places. So that's fun if you're into nightlife. All right, so that gives you an idea of what Dauphin County is like. Let's move over to Cumberland County. And we'll just touch base on the major counties right around the Harrisburg area. I don't want to get too far into, Lancaster or Lebanon, but mostly just focus on Dauphin County, Cumberland County, a little bit of York, and Perry County. Every county surrounding, Harrisburg. All right, so there's an outline of Cumberland County. That's going to be on the west shore of the Susquehanna River, directly across from Harrisburg. You have Enola to the north, Wormleysburg, Lemoyne, New Cumberland to the south. Major city over here is going to be Camp Hill. It's going to be basically all this area right in here. Enola's going to cover this area. Mechanicsburg has 2 zip codes. So it covers a good way there. So you have the city of Mechanicsburg, and then you have the rest of Mechanicsburg there. If you go a little further to the west, you're going to hit a major hub, Carlisle. Very known for trucking, Interstate 81. I talked about that earlier. It spans from New York the whole way down to North Carolina, or maybe even South Carolina. But a lot of trucking companies are going to be located here. Amazon distribution. So it's going to be located right here around Carlisle. Let me touch base on one thing. I work with a lot of clients in the military, and there are a lot of transfers to the central Pennsylvania area. We have up here Fort Indiantown Gap. I've helped find homes for people moving for there. Also the Carlisle Barracks and the War College in Carlisle. In Mechanicsburg, you have the Navy Depot. Further down into Chambersburg, you also have military. So a lot of military relocations around the Harrisburg Central PA area. So depending on Carlisle, right there's the Carlisle Barracks, U.S. Army Heritage Center. You have a lot of big box stores in Carlisle as well. Lowe's Home Improvement, Walmart. Dickinson College is also in Carlisle. Down a little further at the end of the county is going to be Shippensburg. You have Shippensburg University right here. So 81 goes through the whole county, right in the middle. If you go a little further down, 15, of course you're going to get into York County, but that'll lead you right to Gettysburg. You got a lot of stuff to do in Gettysburg. You got the battlefield. Great day trip. It might take a couple of days to hit everything. Gettysburg National Cemetery, Museum, of course the battlefield. That's where the Gettysburg Address was delivered. So a major battlefield in the Civil War. Now let's go back to Cumberland County here. So some major routes in Cumberland County. Probably one of the biggest is 1115 is big. I talked about earlier. That splits right here, 11 and then 15. But Market Street, Carlisle Pike, is going to be a very busy intersection. Starts out in Camp Hill and then heads out through Mechanicsburg to Carlisle. Just like the East Shore, you're going to have a lot of your big box stores located very close to each other. Lowe's, Home Depot, very close. Marshall's, Home Goods, PetSmart. Got the Navy Depot down there. A little further out, Black and Blue, another favorite restaurant. I have a bunch of them, by the way. Yeah, car dealerships there. One of the largest schools in the area. is going to be Cumberland Valley High School. Actually, I think it's ranked number 2 in the entire state of Pennsylvania. It encompasses a very large area in that school. So you have Enola right here. That's going to be East Penn School District. That's about right there. Then you have the city of Camp Hill. That's going to be Camp Hill. That's just a little section right here. And Cedar Cliff down in this area. You're going to have Mechanicsburg for the right around Mechanicsburg. But I might be off a little bit here. But the rest, and it goes on even further here. That's all Cumberland Valley. So like I said, very large school district. So there's 581. I was talking about that earlier, part of the Beltway. And there's my home office. All right, let's touch base a little bit on York County. I'm not going to cover this too much, but just show you where everything is, located at. Just like to the north, rural living. You also have a good bit of rural living south of Harrisburg. And that's right here above York. You see all that green right there? It's all rural as well. Same with out here. Down Holly Springs. And of course parts of Camp or Carlisle. Major roadway through there is going to be 83. I talked about that earlier. That takes you from Harrisburg to Baltimore. It goes around the city of York right there. York, a pretty large city. And I tell you what, let me touch base on one last county here. That's going to be to the north, Perry County. Very close to Cumberland County and Dauphin County. I mean, right in this little area. That's 3 counties right there. On this side of the river, you're in Dauphin. Right here, you're in Cumberland. And then right here is the start of Perry County. So, all very close to each other. Called the Tri-County. So, especially if you live in like Marysville, anywhere around here, less than a half an hour to get to downtown Harrisburg. Perry County is actually where I was born and raised. I love it. A good bit of land. So you got a lot of things to do. I mean, not only in Perry County, but all around the area. You have hiking, fishing, hunting, outdoors. The wife and I like to go up north a little bit, probably about an hour away, and do some off-roading in the Jeep. So a lot of things to do around here. Right here in Duncannon, you have the Appalachian Trail that goes from right here. It's very long. It goes from Maine to Georgia. So that gives you an idea of how long it is. And a lot of people come from all around to walk the trail. In Duncannon here, you actually walk across the bridge from Perry County into Dauphin County and then pick it back up again. Here's a picture of Hawk Rock. Look at that view. That's a town of Duncannon right there. So you got beautiful views. Just a lot of stuff to do in Perry County. I love it. If you're up in this area, you got to check out the Red Rabbit during the summer, spring months. It's an outdoor drive up. It's been around forever, 60s style. They bring the food out to you. All right, so that's going to basically wrap up the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to know about the current market right here in Central PA. This is Aaron Ristinger signing off for the Living in Central PA team. Until next time.